yet. I know I'm a couple minutes early, but I want a cocktail. There we go. Okay. See how far behind this thing is. Yeah. My laptop is pretty ancient. It takes a little while to sort of catch up, warm up, find myself. Yes, I am, Jane. All right. Jane is here. My video is paused. Why is my video paused? Now it's going to be well delayed. Sorry, technical difficulties. You'd think they would just pop in live. Anyways, okay, so, hi, welcome. It's Friday. I'm Allison, and this is what I'm going to do every Friday until we are released from this COVID-19 quarantine jail. So if you like this, then join me every Friday, 4:30 Pacific, and we'll make a cocktail. I'm going to try and make a new one every week, which might be challenging, but I have a couple of ideas up my sleeve for the following weeks. Last week I made like 4 cocktails. I'm not going to do that today or even every week. I'm just going to make one today. And yeah. So how's Jane? Yes, Jane. Cocktail fixes just about everything, right? Let's get some ice. Doing a little research, a few cocktail recipes I was looking up, because I have a few that I like, and I know there's a whole bunch out there that are pretty classic that I've never really tried. I'd like to try the old fashioned again. I just need to figure out a way to get those bitters or something, give it a bit more flavor, because it was very bland. This is like mostly whiskey, which is fine. I don't mind whiskey, but it wasn't really what I was thinking it was going to be. So tonight we're going to make a Cosmo, and I was going to measure it out, but this is how much vodka I had left. So we're just going to put the whole thing in there. I belong to a Facebook group, and I don't know if any of the group members are going to hop on tonight, and it's called South Delta Happy Hour. And one of the dads at my kids' school started it, because we're all home, and apparently we all really drink around here. Yeah, it's been kind of a bad influence. I am drinking a whole lot more, but getting a lot of inspiration too of drinks that they're making. So be sure to pop into the comments suggestions for drinks. That would be good. Okay, so I got some ice, I got my vodka, I'm doing my highly scientific measuring of some lime juice in there. And then I am using my Hibiscus Bliss Simple Syrup. I've been using it with a lot of pleasure since I made it. I think the recipe called for like 1.5 tablespoons. So I went on the Epicure website. The Canadian website has quite an extensive library of recipes, all sorts of recipes, and they've got quite a few cocktails on there. So I went on there looking at some different cocktail options. And so this one is called, it's called the Pink Lady Cosmo. So the Pink Lady, it was made with a Pink Lady blossom tea, which is an old product, I guess. So I decided to substitute it for my Hibiscus Bliss Simple Syrup, which I think is going to work quite well. I'm getting syrup everywhere. So in my shaker, I have got ice. I have got approximately 2 ounces of vodka, and then I've got probably a good tablespoon of lime juice in there, and then my Hibiscus Bliss Simple Syrup. And that is all I need, I believe. I'm just going to give that a shake. Got my martini glass. Oh yes, there's one other thing I need that I'll show you in a minute. Okay, let's give it a shake. Jane, I don't think they'll combine the websites because they still need the American, conversion and everything. But I think they're gonna have to ramp up the recipe content on the American side because well, you guys are gonna get a whole bunch of new products just as we get new and returning products. So as those get added, you'll get those recipes. The Canadian one is so much bigger because it's just been around for a lot longer, and so those recipes have developed over the years, and the library has just stayed and grown. Right, so there's my Hibiscus Bliss Cosmo, and we're going to add an orange peel twist. So, who has one of these in their drawer and doesn't know how to use it? A couple of ways. So I made a little curl. I'll put that in there. This one makes the little curls, this side here. And you're just gonna, oops, put your rind. And this one, you pull it this way and you get little curls too. Little grates. See? Isn't that fun? We're just gonna add them all. I don't think I need this orange anymore anyways. Woo. A little bit of decoration. Anyways, I find fun. That's the type of thing that you get like when you get married or something like that, or when you move into your first house and your mom and your friends buy you all these fancy gadgets, and then you sit there and you look at them and you're like, oh, I'm not entirely sure how to use that. No, you don't. All right, cheers. Let's get this Friday night going. That's pretty good. Okay, so what are we going to make to go along with our cocktail? Well, for me, pizza is a real comfort food. Now, I am lactose intolerant. I'm doing a little bit better with my dairy intake. I'm able to have a tiny bit of it again. But I still consider myself lactose intolerant, so I try and avoid dairy at all costs. So pizza, especially ordering in pizza, is fairly tricky. Enter a whole lot of lactose-free products that are now on the market, which is fabulous, but I have not found a lactose-free mozzarella yet. I use Swiss cheese because I can find lactose-free. And then I've also got a little bit of a lactose-free Gouda. It's a smoked Gouda. Just got a little bit left, so I'm going to grate that up and add that on my pizza as well. Now, as you hopefully all know, Epicure is 100% gluten-free. And last year, I believe it was, we introduced pizza. Yeah, I think it was last fall. So almost, well, whatever that is, 9 months ago. So we now have a gluten-free pizza crust. So I'm gonna make this tonight. This makes, if you have the quarter sheet pan, this guy, quarter sheet pan. Public service announcement, don't put it in your dishwasher, then you get these streaks on it. Hand wash it and it will stay looking brand new. Okay, so it says it makes 2 sheet pan worth of pizza, which is 8 servings according to health guidelines. So I'm actually going to only use half the dough tonight, and then I'm going to cover it. I'm not sure if I can freeze it, but I'll definitely cover it, and then maybe I'll make pizza Sunday for lunch or something like that. And I'm going to do a couple things with it as we go along, but super, super easy to make. You literally need your package, water, and olive oil. I need warm water, so let me get my water going. So I'm going to put this in a bowl. I'm just going to rip it. It's not ripping very well, so I'm going to Now, this pizza crust is available in both Canada and the United States. I think, yeah, it was in our September 2019 catalog that the Canadians got it, but the Americans have always had it. And it's on page 34 of your catalog. As well as the quarter sheet pans. Canadians in the current catalog, it is on page 44. Very similar picture. Exact, well, it's not quite exact, but yeah, it is exactly. Anyway, the other thing that I have is a pizza slicer, but that was part of a customer special that we put out in, I think, September or October of last year. One of those purchases. I don't know, maybe they'll bring it out full time in the new catalog. In the American catalog, they advertise these snips, these all sorts of snips, but there was a manufacturing issue and they couldn't get them done in time, so I don't know, maybe they fixed that, I don't know. I can't wait to see what's in the new catalog soon, very soon. Alright, so how much water do I need? And again, all of the recipe instructions are on the back of the packet. I need 1 1/4 cup. Of course, all my markings are kind of rubbed off. So we're guesstimating. And I need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay. This time I'm actually going to follow the instructions because I have a bad habit of not doing that and then I miss very important steps. So let's oil the sheet pans. I've just got a basting brush here. This is not the Epicure one. Epicure does have a basting brush. I just haven't purchased it yet. Maybe when this one bites the dust, I will get that one. For now, this one's fine. Next, place mix in large bowl. 1 sip of cocktail, and I can't speak anymore. Well, hi Kate, how are ya? Stir in water and olive oil until well blended. I think I'm gonna add the olive oil first, and then I will add the water. So I need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Get set up and I think I have everything and there's always something that I haven't grabbed. So I'm just going to slowly add the water. Being at sea level and in a pretty sort of naturally humid climate, I don't want to overdo the water and make it too sticky. It is a fairly sticky dough anyways. I do remember that from the other time I made this. And it does not behave like gluten-free dough, like regular dough, gluten dough. It doesn't stretch for one, so you can't exactly roll it out. You have to sort of press it. But I am going to attempt to make some balls and things. Okay, so it looks like I do need all that water. I love this spatula because it's pliable enough that it's a spoon, but it's also a spatula that'll scrape down the side of your bowl. So. Big fan. Okay, so that is the pizza dough. Now, before I put it out on the pan, however, here's a wipe. I want to add a little bit I do find the dough itself a little bit bland. It's made with rice flour, buckwheat flour, potato starch, cornstarch, tapioca starch, so, and pea protein and stuff. So it's got a different flavor from those of us who are used to eating regular white flour type pizza dough. But you can change it up. You can add anything to it really. So I think I'm going to add some rosemary garlic, but I am going to divide this. So let me just get a smaller one. It's nice and warm because of the warm water. So approximately equal balls. Okay. As you can see how sticky it is. And we will deal with that as I'm rolling it out in a minute. So I'm just put that one aside. This one, I am going to use some rosemary garlic to flavor the dough. And I don't have that much left in my jar. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's not even a tablespoon, which is probably about perfect. Other flavoring, so you could add 3 onion. We have a seasoning called pizza seasoning. Now it's intended to actually shake on top of your pizza because it does actually have Parmesan cheese in it, so be careful, it does have dairy in it. You can instead of marinara, you can make your pizza sauce with this. You could also put marinara seasoning into your crust. You could put curry seasoning, make a curry pizza. You could have, did I say 3 onion? You could have 3 onion. We have a French onion that would get a sort of bolder onion flavor. If you wanted a Greek pizza, you could add souvlaki or Greek salad dressing. You could add the balsamic vinaigrette salad dressing seasoning to it. Anything you want. But I'm going to have the rosemary garlic. Paige is hanging around. Does Paige want something? She needs a glass. She's working out. Oh, it smells so good. Other seasonings, we have Italian seasoning. I don't currently have that one. You could go a little bit different. If you wanted to make like a very different kind of pizza, you could do a sage and apple stuffing seasoning and then have turkey leftovers on top of your pizza. Or, I don't know, you can go wild. Okay, so before I get too messy, I want to have some olive oil on hand. And I'm going to make 2 little circular pizzas. Hopefully I can make 2 because I want to have 2 different sauces on them. And I don't know, I might share, but in all likelihood I won't. Okay, let's pull this in. Maybe you can see it a little better. I'm just gonna give myself some space here. So my tray is oiled. If I just start pushing it down with my fingers are going to stick into it. So I'm just putting oil on my fingers, and then I can manipulate the dough. And you want to make it fairly thin if you can. And I want to try and keep them separate. It rises a little bit, but nothing too significant really. I'm not sure I divided them equally. I suppose if I really wanted to be 100% accurate, I would just use my scale. But that's not the kind of cook I am. I'm a very much an eyeball and go with my gut kind of chef in the kitchen. I wouldn't do well in baking challenges, let me tell you, because I was watching another consultant, and she was making some sourdough bread, and she was weighing out her flour and her water and her salt. I was like, really? I just kind of don't. But okay, so they're kind of probably gonna meld together. Maybe I'll try and pinch, because I want to put 2 different sauces on them. Let's see if I can separate. Make a real big mess here and then fix it. Okay. And then we are going to bake this. So we're going to bake them for 15 minutes. So while it's baking, I'm going to make a couple of sauces. I'm only going to put it on for 12 minutes and see where we're at. My hands are washed, get all that grease out there. Now I already prepared my marinara sauce. I made lasagna the other night, and I didn't prepare the marinara sauce as per the instructions on the jar. I didn't pre-cook it because I knew it was all going to be cooked together in the lasagna. So I just added the spices to my crushed tomatoes and then put that into my lasagna and let it cook with the lasagna. But tonight I pre-cooked it. So it's really, really simple. The recipe on the jar makes a lot, so I usually make about half of it. The recipe calls for 1 can each of diced and crushed tomatoes, the big cans, so I just use 1 big can of crushed tomatoes because my family doesn't like the chunks of tomato in their sauce. And then it calls for this one's missing the number of tablespoons. Interesting. It's usually like 3 tablespoons per the 2 big cans, so I put in 1.5. Huh. That's a misprint. Okay, so and then you get about 6 cups of sauce. Marinara sauce is one of those things that I generally will make on a meal prep Sunday. If I know I've got, say I'm making pizzas or pasta, or if I'm making like the balsamic vinaigrette chicken fingers and I want to dip it in the marinara, then I'll just make a big batch of marinara and I sort of freeze it in, say, 2-cup portions, and then I can grab it when I need it. So this obviously is not the whole amount that I made. I've already got some in the fridge and we'll pull that out later in the week. But this will be enough for a couple of pizzas. So one of those pizza shells is going to have marinara. The other one I want to make a pesto. So this is our pesto. It's actually really, really tasty. This is a new jar because we've gone through the other one. Jane made some Nacho Cheese Dip. I saw it. It looks really good. I think one of these Fridays we're going to have to make Nacho Cheese Dip. Should read the instructions. 2 tablespoons. And 2 tablespoons of oil. Well, I've still got this oil, so I'm just going to use this first. Water. This is what happens when I don't pay attention. Okay, well, we'll just fix that. Sure, it'll all work out. So don't do what I just did. Read the instructions carefully. 2 tablespoons of mix with 2 tablespoons of water, and you're going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and then you're going to add the oil. Honestly. Call it COVID brain. There we go. And then you want Parmesan cheese, olive oil, and pine nuts, if you can do pine nuts. Thought I had pulled the Parmesan out, but I did not. And yes, Parmesan is dairy, and technically I can't have dairy, but Parmesan cheese is actually one of the lowest, it has the lowest percentage of lactose in it, apparently. Anyways, while we are waiting, let's get some toppings prepared. So these ones, I'm pretty much going to make them vegetarian. I have a lot of other ingredients set aside. We in this family cannot decide on pizza toppings to save our lives. We would never be able to order just a single pizza from a pizzeria because we don't all like the same things. My husband likes pepperoni, mushrooms, tomatoes. I prefer ham and pineapple. I think that's a traditional Canadian thing, a Hawaiian pizza, I don't know. And Marley is now vegetarian, but she doesn't really like a vegetarian pizza because they generally put mushrooms on it, and she doesn't like mushrooms, or they'll put onions on it, and she doesn't like big chunky onions. So she just has a cheese pizza. The other two will also go for ham and pineapple as well, or cheese. So we're all over the place. I like to try and get, especially since being on the Epic Life Challenge, I want to get as many vegetables on my pizza as I possibly can, because then I don't know, it feels more substantial. So I like to put zucchini, spinach, I've got some shallots here that I'll put on. I've got some peppers that were left over from last night's dinner, so I can put some of those on as well. And then of course I've got my cheese. The other thing that we have that you can add on top of your pizza, like once it comes out of the oven, is toppers. So in the States, you've got the Everything Bagel, which is a really, really good topper for everything. This is not currently available in Canada, but it, I think it was from the summer maybe, or I might have got it Boxing Day, sort of one of their specials. It's really yummy, sweet and smoky topper. It's like tomatoes and vegetables, imitation bacon bits. So it's kind of a yummy, tomatoey, bacony, oniony sort of topper. Who knows? It might come back in the next catalog. I don't know. But if you ever get the opportunity to snap it up, I would recommend it. I quite like it on things. Good on salads and nourish bowls as well too. Or if you're having scrambled eggs or avocado toast, a little bit of that is really good. The Everything Bagel is really good on that too. Okay. Got my pesto. I want to make my zucchini. And I'm going to use my mandolin. I think I've got the... Yeah, I'm going to put a different blade in there. So I've still got the blade I had in when I made my parsnip chips for my nourish bowl. So that's the wider, thicker chip slice. But for pizza, because it cooks really fast in the oven, I want thin slices of zucchini so that they will be nice, cooked nicely. Beautiful, perfect thin slices, just like that. It's probably going to be enough. I can always come back and make more in seconds if I need it. The other thing I'm going to do is chop my shallot. What do you guys like on your pizzas? If you're watching the replay, just type in, say #replay, and let me know what your favorite topping is. Got a bit of a soft spot in it. Yeah, it's fine. It's been in my fridge for a little while, so sometimes you're like, you're never sure, but it feels good. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to use my mandolin because I want this nice and thin. There is nothing worse than thick, raw bits of onion on a pizza as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm going to keep cutting this because my husband will like shallots with his pizza as well. So I think I've got, maybe got another prep bowl somewhere that I can fill with some shallot slices. Ooh, start crying here. Let's get another prep bowl. I had the opportunity at one point to buy extra prep bowls, and I decided that it would probably be a good idea, and I am so glad that I did. You know what, I'm just going to put all of my slices in there and just have them ready to go. Have a little assembly line. Excuse me. All right, what else do we want on my pizza? I'm going to shred some of this. There it is. No particular, I mean the rind's edible, but I don't really want it on the pizza, so I'm just going to give it a quick trim. So today was grocery shopping day. I tell you, it's become kind of like, I don't know, like an extreme sport or something. It's just, I had a plan. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get there early. I know our grocery store does seniors only from 7 to 8. So I'm like, okay, my plan is to get there as close to 8 as I possibly can. So I think I was there about 8:30. Normally when I go around the grocery store, I start in the produce, and then I go around the perimeter of the store. So it's produce, meat, dairy, and then you come back and you go up and down the aisles. And I'm like, you know what? I know that I need some stuff that's probably going to be the first things to go. Like I needed hand soap refill for our bathroom downstairs. I was really looking for some more kitchen cleaner with the bleach in it. What else did I need? Milk, eggs, stuff like that. So instead of going through the produce first, I went backwards. And I think I managed to get one of the last small little bottles of refill soap. There was no kitchen cleaner left. Nothing with bleach anyways. There was, what was there? There were no 4-liter jugs of skim milk, which my husband kind of needs. So I got him 1 2-liter carton and basically told him that that's just going to have to do him until a week from now. Okay. Pull those out, let them cool over a little bit. Oh, I should let you see them. They kind of look like big cookies, but they smell really good. You get that rosemary garlic smell to them. We'll pull out this so I can have it handy. That is the roll-up rack, which was introduced in Canada, I think at the same time as, when was it? Oh, it was the summer. Yeah, it was last summer. Really great for hot, like you can put hot stuff right on this. Also works really well as like a draining rack. So look for that in the new catalog, Jane. It really expands the counter space in small kitchens. Okay, so I think this has been about 5 minutes. We're going to add the rest of the olive oil. It's like a 1/4 cup, so I already added 1 tablespoon. So add the rest of that. And then how much Parmesan do I need? 1 tablespoon. I've already measured this. This is 2 tablespoons. Give it. My cheese in there. So if you wanted to make more of a like flatbread or bruschetta or something like that with our pizza crust, the pesto would be a really great. Oh, that was Gouda. I thought it was pine nuts. The pesto would be a really great topping choice. And then with just some like roasted red peppers or tomatoes, whatever strikes your fancy. Let's bring this over and get some sauce and veggies on them. So I'm going to do one pesto and one with marinara. Maybe supposed to let this stand again. No? Okay. There you can see. Smells so good. Now if you like a garlicky pesto, you can add some of our minced garlic to it. Sometimes I do that. You could also add salt and pepper if it's not got enough kick to it. But I like it. I really like our pesto. It's not. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes pestos bother me. I don't know why. Maybe it's the cheese. Maybe that's why. But this one doesn't bother me. Okay. And then the other one's gonna have marinara on it. So the crust is definitely like a crispier kind of crust than perhaps you would normally be used to. Get some shallots on there. So for me, pizza is definitely a comfort food, but I don't think it has to be a like loaded with calorie and cheese and like sort of bad for you comfort food. I think you can make it in a healthful way that still allows you to enjoy the fact that you're having pizza without the guilt, basically. Okay, I need another drink. I need another sip. Oh, hi, Deidre. I see you joined us. How are you today? Oh, well, this is a Hibiscus Bliss Cosmo. Cheers. Or as they say in Italy, chin chin. I don't think the Cosmo's Italian drink though. Yes, a take on a Cosmo. Darn good. I need to go out and get more vodka. Yes, so it's at the grocery store, and my husband said to me before I was leaving, he's like, you know what we really need? We need some cheap red wine to just guzzle, basically, because we only have really good stuff in the wine fridge, and he's saving it for I don't even know what. Maybe when we get released from this quarantine. And I was like, well, I don't think the liquor store's open that early, honey. He's like, well, okay, but if it is, then pick up some wine. Okay. Liquor store didn't open until 11. So he went out later and got some at a different store. But, like, what have we come to? Like, seriously, this is our life. We have to go out and get alcohol. All right. I'm drinking way more than I have in a long time. It's not good. My friend Shalane likes to say, what does she say? If you booze, you don't lose. That's what she says. And it's very, very true. And I can tell I'm definitely not losing right now. Okay, I just bought this spinach and it's already going bad. That's bad. I'm gonna have to freeze some of it, save it. Okay, and I'm gonna put spinach on both because I love spinach on pizza. And my zucchinis. So we've basically got the same toppings going on each pizza, just different sauces, base sauces. If I liked things like tomatoes, the one with the pesto would be really good to just have maybe some tomatoes on there. All right, let's chop up some peppers. So Deidre, these peppers are just left over from last night's dinner. Gotta use up those leftovers, right? That's pretty much all my fridge is at the moment, is leftovers. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I just went grocery shopping today, so my fridge is quite full. I meant to take a picture of my fridge this morning because it rarely looks that empty. And I was down to sort of this. My husband had like this much milk left. There was one carton of milk for the girls that just had a little bit in it. We were completely out of eggs. No eggs. Did manage to get eggs today though, but there was a limit, only one carton per family, so I picked up an 18 pack. What else were we out of? Fruits and veg the drawers were like half empty. I'm like, wow. Oh, there was like a couple of little yogurt pots for the kids. It was just crazy. All right, so now I need some cheese. And then we're gonna put this in the oven again. Keep drinking. So Deidre, you missed this. I am using a Swiss cheese because it is lactose free. I have not yet found a lactose free mozzarella. I'm sure the entire world will know when I do eventually find a lactose free mozzarella because I will yell and scream from the rooftop. It'll be a very exciting day. And then this is just a little bit of leftover smoked Gouda that is also lactose free. Every now and then I can find this at my grocery store. And I did find some more today, so I thought I would use this last little bit up on the pizza, and then I can break into the new packet another time. Okay, so let's put those in the oven. I wonder if it says how long you're supposed to put it for. 5 to 6 minutes. There we go. Don't those look good already? That makes me doubly glad that I sliced the zucchini so thinly, because if it's only going to be in the oven for 5 minutes, that will definitely be long enough for that thin sliced zucchini to cook, but not the thicker slice. So that's a great thing about the mandolin. You got the two different thicknesses for slices. One's really good for scalloped potatoes, and that one is good for potato chips, or like I just did, real thin zucchini slices. What are you guys chatting about? Yes, that was very nice of your neighbor, Jane. We picked up eggs at Costco when my husband and I were there. When did we go? A week Monday? I want to say. I don't think it was this week. The days are really running together, so it's hard to know for sure. The thing about Costco eggs is you can either get like the 18 pack, which is fine. We did buy an 18 pack. We can go through that in a week, no problem. Or they have the like 36, maybe more, the big like tray of eggs. Now I'm thinking, maybe I should get that next time. I had to put a big note on the eggs, no more. And I let my middle daughter use the last 2 eggs to make a cake, and boy am I glad that I let her use those eggs, because that was a darn good cake. My husband he's a pie person. He doesn't really like cake, but he was like, honey, if you haven't tried this cake yet, you gotta try this cake. This is like the best damn chocolate cake ever. And so I did have a small piece the other day because it was loaded with butter, and I knew that. Wow, yeah, she might have a career there. It was really good. So, Deidre, the other thing you missed was our toppers. So I think I'll put everything bagel on one, and I'll put the sweet and smoky on the other. I'll probably put this one on the one with the marinara sauce, and this one will just give it a little extra sort of oniony flavor to the pesto one. You know, it's funny, Deidre. So I've never really been a Swiss cheese fan, but being one of the only cheeses I could find that was lactose free, I have learned to love it. It's a little strange on pizza, but you know, yes, we're all getting creative. Well, Jane, that's good. Like, now that we're home, because we had bought the 18 from Costco, and then I think I maybe had maybe 8 or 9 left in the other dozen that was in the fridge. So I thought we had plenty of eggs, and then the next thing I know, I turned around and there was like 2 left in the carton. So being at home with all 5 of us at home, and you know, every single meal is eaten here, and they've got more time in the morning now to make something a little bit more substantial. My middle daughter in particularly likes to make like scrambled eggs or like a hash in the mornings, and so she was doing that. And then we had some leftover roast potatoes, so my husband made a bit of a hash, and then they're baking. They're all baking like a ton. So yeah, I had to ration the eggs. I think I had made, oh yes, and then I made scrambled eggs one night for dinner because I was too lazy to think of anything else for dinner. That's like 10 eggs right there, because feeding 5 people, gotta be at least 2 eggs each, right? I think we had French toast one morning. Like, yeah, we went through a lot of eggs. So I don't really have specific plans for these 18, so it's kind of a free-for-all. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get through a week and be okay. Pretty sure. Anyways, let's wait for the pizza to come out of the oven. Any other questions? Have you guys purchased the pizza dough? I don't think either of you are gluten-free. I know I have quite a few customers who I don't think I have a celiac customer personally, but members of their family are celiac, and so I know that they need gluten-free pizza crusts and all sorts of things. So this is ours. Pretty good. Deidre, you saw the 2 that I made there. I have, that's not the whole container. I have basically enough to make 2 more small ones. I'm gonna put a lid on that, see if I can find space in my fridge, and then we can make some pizzas, or I can make some pizzas later in the week. Let's see if that's done. I'm gonna give it another couple of minutes just to melty the cheese. And then once that's all finished, I can get going on making dinner for the rest of the family. As you can see behind me, we've got some Costco pizza crusts for the rest of the family, and we'll get going on that as soon as we're done here. Jane says, I have purchased, not tried it. Oh, well, when we get out of quarantine, Jane, then you can make it for your gluten-free friend and invite her over. Oh, this quarantine, I tell you. Or maybe you can make it for your friend and take it to her if she's local. If she's from out of town, then that's not going to work. It's really not going to work. But it's tasty. It's got because of the tapioca and the buckwheat. It's got a very different flavor too, almost nutty. But I'm really looking forward to trying it with that rosemary and garlic in there. The first time I made it, I just did it plain. I think I put pesto on it that time too. No, I think I used our bruschetta seasoning. But and then some chopped up tomatoes and whatnot. It's pretty tasty. I took it as a bit of an appetizer, but I'm looking forward to this. This will be good. It makes me feel, I don't know, I don't need to be gluten-free, but I know that I definitely react somewhat to sort of an overabundance of processed flour. Like if I have too much, white bread and white pizza crust and white rice and that kind of thing, then I start reacting to it. So I'm looking forward to this. This will be very, very tasty, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the family will turn up their noses at it, and then I don't have to share it. You have a tailgate lunch? Oh, I know it's very hard not being able to see people in person. Oh, toasty toasty. I should have kept that roll-up rack out. Let me show you this too. Show you guys. Let's switch this around. Woo, looks good. Cheese is all melty. All right, so this is the sweet and smoky. It's not available in any catalog either side of the border right now. This I picked up, I believe, either in the summer as part of like a special or a Boxing Day special. It was definitely something specific. And then I'm gonna put some everything bagel on top of the pesto one. This one is available in both catalogs and it's super yum. I particularly like it on scrambled eggs. What was I making? I made the healthier eggs Benny out of the Good Food Real Results guide, and just sprinkle a little bit of that on it, and it really like kicks up the flavor a notch, which is really, really good. Okay, well, my dinner's ready. My drink is ready. My dinner's ready. We have cheap red wine that I can have after this with my pizza. Woo! Friday night, party, all by myself. Yes. I was going to comment on the tailgate thing. We've actually been advised not even to do that. So, yeah, it's like unless we've been basically told unless it's your immediate family, just don't. My middle daughter likes to go for runs with one of her friends, and they call them the 6 feet runs, 6 feet apart runs, because there's a movie I think 6 feet apart. Anyways, they call them the 6 feet apart runs. And I'm like, are you sure you can maintain 6 feet apart? And it's hard. It's really hard, and it's gonna last for a while longer because we're just, I don't know. Orange peel. Okay. So, ladies, have a good night. Ooh, that was hot. Jane, it is my pleasure to cook for you. I enjoy this. And I get to try new things and introduce you guys to some new things. Have either of you tried the pesto, by the way? It is fun. I like coming on here. I like drinking in front of you guys. I don't feel like I'm drinking alone because you guys are with me. I'm sure you guys both have cocktails. Well, at least Jane does. I don't know. Deetra, maybe you're not a cocktail person, but I'm sure Jane's got a cocktail. And I'm sure I can find people around here that have cocktails. I know, because this group that I'm a part of, this South Delta Happy Hour group, have already been posting cocktail shots for, and you know what time is it? It's 5:21. They've been posting them for a good hour and a half. So I'm not alone. No, okay, well you guys should try the pesto for sure. It's really good. Nice and light. Super yum. Okay, have a good night, guys. I once again have to come around and turn this off on the other side. I will see you again same time next week. I'm trying to figure out what to cook. I have an idea, and it might involve a sangria. So we'll have some fun with that. I've posted on my main Facebook page the schedule, like the recurring events now. I actually created recurring events. So they only go for a 4-week period, and then if we need to extend them, we will extend them. Or if I can reevaluate and switch things up a little bit at that point, then we can inject some fresh ideas in there. But so Fridays at 4:30, we're going to be doing cocktails and comfort foods right here in the VIP group. Sunday at 3, we're going to have meal prep Sunday. So it's going to be a little different meal prep than what I would have done pre-quarantine. This meal prep is going to be mostly setting out the menu and really setting out the menu from the foods that are in my fridge and freezer. I'm think I'm going to get on the schedule of going grocery shopping on a Thursday or a Friday, because that worked this past week. And then I will set the menu depending on what I found at the grocery store, basically. And so I'll share that process with you, and then we'll prep a few things. I'm not really going to do a ton of prep for my dinners for the week, although I will pull out some of our meal solution packs this week. Sunday we're going to have some butter chicken, and I'm going to make some pakoras. Next week I don't know yet what we'll have. I think we're going to do a general tao one night, and then we'll just have to see. Any Canadians that are watching this, I noticed on our vault list the shepherd's pie seasoning has just, it's now got a low stock warning, so it could sell out at any time. It might even have sold out already while I'm talking, I don't know. So if you were a fan, then I would stock up. I'm going to have to take a look at my, I think I just bought some of those. I think I'm good for a while, like I can probably survive until the fall. I'm sure it'll be back in the fall. But I really, really enjoyed the shepherd's pie pasta that I made, and that I could see myself making throughout the summer instead of like a heavier shepherd's pie with the mashed potatoes and everything. That it was a lighter kind of version, which I quite liked. Anyways, and really easy to make vegetarian with like Eve's ground round or something, so I could just do one dish for the whole family. But yeah, so I'll take a look at my meal solution packs. We're definitely gonna have pulled chicken this week, and just have to see what else is available. So those meal prep Sunday events are gonna be a little bit more like that, and we're gonna be doing some lunch prep and maybe some breakfast prep depending on what my sort of stores of breakfast foods are like. That was one thought I had with all the eggs. I thought I might do some of the little egg bites. I thought that might be kind of fun. I think the girls would really like those too. And I have purchased ham, quite a bit of ham, so I can make some with ham and cheese. So yeah. And then Tuesday night, 5 o'clock, all times are Pacific. Tuesday night, it's gonna be kids in the kitchen. I'm gonna have at least one of my kids, if I have to twist their arms, I will have one in here to help me cook, and they get to pick what they want to make that night. This past week, my daughter Christine came on, and we made some tacos. I know she really wants to make the s'mores chocolate pudding for you guys, so we might have to have her on next week for a dessert night. We'll see. And then Wednesday is my What's for Lunch Nourish Bowl post as well. So I hope you guys will join me. Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are in my main Facebook page. It's just Friday that's here in the VIP group. Just something special for us to get together and have some cocktails and eat some yummy, slightly bad for us foods, because it's Friday night and it's time to party, and we're all partying by ourselves. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me, and I am super excited to stay connected with you guys. And I haven't posted it yet, and but there's a really, really fun hostess special for you Americans. It's a oh my goodness, it's a quesadilla maker. It's a fajita shell maker, whatever you call that. Anyways, so it'd be really fun to do a proper Facebook party for you guys. And we could do it over Zoom even, like come live on Zoom, and then have some more interaction, see who's around. Like right now, I think we're all looking, like you said, Dietra, like you're having these tailgate coffee times. I think that's fabulous. But there's gonna come a point where the powers that be realize that even that is not enough distancing, and that we just need to like hunker down inside our house. And as hard as it is not to see actual people in person, that's the only way we're gonna stop this thing. So we can resort to Zoom, and we can all chit chat on Zoom and have a party, and then one of you guys can maybe get this quesadilla maker. It'd be fun. Okay? I will post all those information in my main Facebook group though. All right, ladies. Have a good night. I'm going to finish my cocktail, eat my pizza, make pizza for the rest of the family, I suppose, although they're all busy working out right now, so they probably don't want food. I'm watching Paige run on the spot over here. It's kind of comical. I see Hannah join us. Hi, Hannah. Oh, Jane, I know opening day of baseball. I feel for you. I really do. But I think you made the best of it. So well done. Well done. We've all got to look at this, the best of it and create silver linings, and we'll get through this together. And yes, Deetra, next week, cocktail. Maybe we'll come in on Zoom and then you can show me your cocktail. Okay, have a good night, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.